Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into some more Jollibee commercials. It's been a few weeks since I've looked at some, and I still have more in my playlist, so I figured let's dive into some. So right now, we're going to dive into this reaction session. We're going to look at Space, and then I believe Apple, which means grandchild or grandpa, one of the two. But yeah, so first we're going to dive into Space, see what it's all about. Maybe we're going to space, maybe we're not, I don't know. And then yeah, we're just going to find out, see if it makes me feel all the feels that all the other ones have made me feel so far.
Bro, tol, pre. Sabihin nyo nga sa akin, siya pa balugi sa pogi kong to?
Siya ang lugi tol, di ba?
Space daw, pre. O yan, space.
Dan naman eh.
May naman eh. Hanapin niya raw sarili niya.
Saan?
Tingin naman sa kanan. Ayan! Kaliwa naman. Malapit na, go.
Oh, kanan naman, kanan.
Tapos, yan, talikod. Ayan, nahanap mo na yung sarili mo.
She's like, girl, I ain't got time for this. Oh,
I
poor
know
baby.
he loves me so much more than I love him.
Oh, poor baby.
Surprise! Surprise ko
Child.
Alam niyo yun? Parang di niya kaya magseryoso.
Ayun lang.
Guys, number 1 nga siya sa puso ko. Si Hogan nga, number 2 na lang eh.
Puppy.
Mabait siya. Thoughtful. Mapagmahal. Pero he can be too clingy.
Soul-searching. Ghostbusters ka,
It
girl.
seems like a
Uy! Uy! Uy!
tough
Uy! Babae yan tol!
He
tough
loves
place to
me.
be in.
But I know I deserve better.
I mean, I won't go. Let's not be rude.
Uy, ilang beses na naman tayo nag-break, di ba? Balikan mo na ako, please. Tama na. Nagsimula ulit tayo. Ay ko.
Pre, sorry ah. But you have to see this.
Tender? Kaya ka pala binre.
Shooting funny ka naman, di ba? Ikaw yan ah.
Oh, baby.
Ikaw yan, men.
Yung burger with fries.
Yung burger with fries.
Mitch. Rojas High School, Section Anthurium.
Dan!
Oh, you gotta find another love
One
connection.
time bumaho sa classroom.
She's
Oh,
gorgeous.
hindi.
She's got this beautiful jawline,
Orders
full lips. Nice. She's gorgeous.
Si Clay?
Okay. Ano yan?
Try mo rin, sasaya ka. Last, yan, go, try mo.
Okay na?
Try mo.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Sabi sa'yo eh. Sarap gawa. Gawa.
Sobrang sakit pa rin. Pero minsan may darating sa buhay mo na magpapangiti sa'yo.
Sometimes someone
Antay ka
else will
lang.
enter your life.
See you later.
Oh, baby.
Baon mo.
Uy, ikaw talaga nag-abala ka pa. Wait lang. Hi, Labs. Bye.
Bakit ganon? Ako naman ang nang iwan, di ba? Pero bakit hindi ako masaya?
You know what? My biggest regret was letting you go.
Girl, bye. I ain't got time.
You're perfect to me. I still love you, Dan.
Yeah, but you deserve better, so bye.
May, you will always have a special place in my heart. First love kita. Naniniwala ako na hindi ko dapat pakawalan yung the one for me.
Oh, honey. Oh, baby, now she got the wrong idea. Lord.
Ikot pa! Oh, ikot pa! Oh, lingon naman sa kanan. Yan. Ikot. Yun.
Pero ang the one for me, yung taong tanggap ako. Kahit hindi ako...
Oh, the F, Lord. Lord? Find someone you can be silly with together.
Itong boyfriend ko, second place! Woo!
Hindi ako ang the best.
Dan,
Pero para sa kanya,
You're the one.
nahanap ko na rin siya. Ganyan ang true love. Kahit alam niya na may ibang mas okay sa akin, she chose to love me like I am the best.
Okay, pause. Okay, so I was literally sitting here spending the majority of this commercial thinking to myself, this is sweet. Okay, yes, I feel bad for him. I feel blah, 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 blah. But this particular commercial isn't hitting me in the feels the same way the last, other sets of commercials that I've reacted to did. They were taking a sledgehammer and just trying to cave in my chest. They came for my feels with a bloody vengeance. And this one, it wasn't. So I was like, okay, maybe they got tired of, completely eradicating everybody's feels, and they're like, we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a break and make this a little bit more lighthearted. And that's the vibe that I was getting the majority of the time. Yes, there was, sadness, and it sucked that he was loving someone so much, giving that 120% to only be getting, that sort of 50% back, and her not really realizing what she had until it was gone. But in her breaking his heart, he found someone else to mend it and, make him feel complete again. And it's very, very sweet sentiment. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's sweet. It's nothing I haven't seen before, but it's cute. It's cute, it's sweet, and I love it. I love to see him happy because he does seem like a genuinely sweet guy. And we don't really know all of the circumstances as to why, she broke up with him in the first place. Yes, like she said, he might be clingy and she deserves better, which don't get me started on that. But she had some arbitrary reasons and whatnot, but there could have been other things. There could have been other incompatibilities between the two of them, why she broke up. And he said we've broken up many times, let's just kiss and make up, get back together. So it's not the first time this has happened. But still, that being said, even though we don't know the full scope of why they broke up, we know that they broke up and it hurt him. And it hurts my heart to see anybody in that sort of circumstance, loving someone who doesn't quite love them back. It sucks. So yeah, it's very relatable feeling, and hate to see it happen, but it still didn't give me quite the emotional pull to my heartstrings like the other two sets of videos that I've reacted to thus far. But then we got to that last little, section where he's like, I finally found someone who, loves me for me, and yes, even though there may be somebody out there better for her, she still chooses me to be the one. And like just that whole sentiment, that's like, okay, y'all got me in the last like 30 seconds of the commercial. The first, 6 minutes of the commercial were nice, and yes, I can empathize with the characters and whatnot, but that last like 30 seconds is really what got me like, okay, y'all still coming for my feels like this. Y'all still coming, because it's true. At least that's what I'd like to think. Like, love, true love, however you want to, term it. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be about finding the best person out there in the world. It's about finding someone who is, the best in your eyes, or you're choosing to love them because, whatever the case may be. So it's not necessarily that, there's somebody better out there, blah, blah, blah. It's that, hey, this is the person that I'm choosing to love because to me, they are amazing. They are the best, and everybody deserves that. And it's just like, give me all these feels. I was a little confused there towards the end a little bit, because when the ex-girlfriend came back around and was like, hey, I made a mistake. My biggest regret was letting you go. I think we should get back together. And he was giving his whole speech about, you'll always have a special place in my heart, but, you were my first love, but I found somebody who blah, blah, blah. He was, putting his hand on her hand, and, from the distance, the outsider looking in, it looked like, okay, this is a couple. So when, the current girlfriend walked in, she was like heartbroken seeing him, like, thinking maybe he's cheating or something. But then we didn't really get, at least I didn't see, maybe I'll watch it again and I will, but I didn't see where there was any kind of resolution to that, like mistaken, not mistaken identity, but that misreading the situation. Like, she walked in and saw him, what she could have misinterpreted as him cheating. She ran off crying, and then we just had this happy montage of them being happy together, happily ever after. So I'm like, okay, what happened to that whole, reconciliation part? I don't know. But all in all, very, 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 very well done. And like I said in all the other commercials I've watched thus far, Jollibee is very, very good and strategic about not making their food the forefront of these commercials, which they absolutely could, because there's commercials for their food. But they do such a great way of just incorporating it into the world, where the food is just, it happens to be there in this world, in this scene, or things happen to be taking place in this restaurant, and it's not like they're beating you over the head with Jollibee, Jollibee, Jollibee. So yeah, cute. All right, so the next one that we're diving into, according to my list, is Apo. Although I'm wondering, no, that looks like a different couple apart. So, or maybe it is. I don't know, because it's from the same holiday series, where Apo. Because I'm just going by the playlist or the order that my friend gave me beforehand, but kind of want to watch the apart one. I don't know that it's necessarily related to this one, but it's in the same Valentine's 2020 series. Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch this and then I'll watch Apo, because I'm used to watching 3 of these at least in one session. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, pause. I can't see it. All right, full screen. Very cute. Very cute.
Si Miles ba yun? Yeah, it's her.
Oh my.
Very pretty.
Is that Ron?
It's been a year since we broke up.
Never thought I'd see him here. Everything's coming back.
Juan, ako na.
It's okay, I got this.
Iba siya sa lahat ng nakilala ko. You want me to drive?
Okay lang, kaya ko na to.
She can very well take care of herself. And I admire her for it.
And that's how I've always been. Ron, I'm so sorry. Nag-extend kami ng coach ko. I grabbed something on the way because I was super hungry.
Nag-order pa naman ako para sa ating dalawa.
Okay lang yan. Take out ko na lang.
Yun lang, nakakalimutan niya ako kahit sa mga simpleng bagay. Oh, di ba yan yung K-drama na gusto mong panoorin natin? Panoorin natin mamaya.
Sorry, episode 6 na ako. Pwede niya ba na lang?
Yeah, girl, I got time for a dumper.
Admittedly, there were times na hindi ko siya naiisip.
By the way, nagkayayaan kami ng girls. I got tickets na for all of us for next month.
Tickets?
To Seoul.
Seoul? Eh di ba matagal na nating planong pumunta doon together?
Han, okay lang yun. Next time, tayo naman.
Tayo.
Girl, bye. I ain't got the time.
Eh para sa'yo, para namang walang tayo eh. Tuloy, she pushed people away.
Ba't di mo ako maintindihan?
Miles, lagi na lang.
I do like that blazer on her, though. It's cute.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
Okay, fine. And you were done.
Okay, well, that was easy.
But I didn't mean to hurt him.
Relax, Ron. Relax.
Ang awkward nito. Hi.
Hi.
You wanna sit down?
Okay lang?
Yeah, sure.
Y'all better rekindle.
Kamusta?
I'm good. Ikaw?
Okay naman.
Sometimes you need that time apart to really reevaluate and see what's important. Learn about yourselves, blah, 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 blah.
Hello?
Is this a boyfriend?
Yeah. Here lang ako sa Jollibee. Yeah, okay, ingat. See you. I have to go, Ron. Sorry.
Ako na, Miles.
Thanks, Ron.
Well, she actually let him do something.
Sige, Ron. Bye.
Yes, he is very handsome.
That was a year ago. I'm happier now. Now that I've found her.
Is it Miles or is it somebody else? Okay. I was gonna say, we just moved on from Miles?
Di ko akalaing a chance encounter would show me na may chance pa kami. I've learned to accept her for the woman that she is.
I realized na hindi kailangang sarili ko lang ang mundo ko. This time, I'm open to share my world with him and make it work for good. For this is all I know. I'll never go far away from you.
I like this song. Cute. Okay, so I'll go back to my other one while I'm talking about this one. But yeah, that was super duper cute. Like I was saying there in the middle, sometimes people just need that time apart to really, sorry, I'm looking at the playlist, there we go. Sometimes people just need that time apart to really like reevaluate what they had, who they are as people, as, you know, individuals, as a couple, blah, blah, blah. And just to, yeah, just to get a better handle, better idea on what's really important. Because sometimes, you know, relationships, they don't work the first time around. Relationships, friendships, whatever it is, they don't always work the first time around. Sometimes it takes multiple times around. And it's not that necessarily things ended poorly or in a toxic sort of way. It's just, you know, sometimes people just don't work out. Sometimes people are in different places in life. Sometimes people haven't learned the lessons that they need to learn in order to be successful in a relationship. You know, it varies from, you know, couple to couple, people to people, all that kind of stuff. So that seemed to be the case here. Like they met and they seemed to, you know, kick it off, have a great, you know, sort of initial part of the relationship, but then time sort of set in and her habits died hard. She seemed to be a very independent kind of woman, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a very independent kind of woman myself. But sometimes what comes with that high level of independence and having gotten so used to doing things all on your own for so long is that when you're finally in that sort of relationship with somebody else, you've just gotten so accustomed to doing things on your own, so you just continue business as usual. It's not always easy to just, you know, sort of give in to the idea of, oh, let me maybe let somebody else into my world, or let me maybe let them help out in this, or blah blah blah, let me try to include them in this. You know, it's not always the easiest, you know, leap to make. So that seemed to be the case where, you know, finally he just had enough and was like, you know what, I can't deal with this, we're done. And rightfully so, because just from the little glimpses that we got there, he was very much being neglected. And I'm not going to blame everything on her, but like we were seeing that he was wanting to have that connection with her. He was wanting to have that time with her and just that special place in her heart, in her mind, in her, you know, just day-to-day life. And she was just not making that place for him. She was just filling that place with anything and everyone. She was just forgetting about him. So yes, very much they needed the time apart, but that year apart that they spent was, I guess, enough time for them to just soul search and reevaluate their own personal lives and just, you know, get them to a place where they were able to try again, and successfully, it looks like in this case. So yeah, very, very relatable story to a lot of people. Not necessarily me, because I'm eternally single, but a lot of people. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so the last one we're going to look at is Apple Grandchild, which I believe the actor in the thumbnail looked familiar. I think it was one of my BL babies, but let's dive in.
Lumaki ako sa lolo't
yes, my JC.
Hindi ko malilimutan yun.
Apo ko. Gising na.
Aga-aga pa po. Bayan, Lola, andain naman.
Para ka ng istasyon.
Pogi. Mapicturean ka at mapadala sa papa
mo sa Dubai.
Chicken Joy, favorite ko. Lagis na po yun.
Isang Chicken Joy, please, para sa apo ko. At isang palabok na lang. Ati na lang tayo.
Sila ang tumayong magulang ko.
So I'm guessing parents weren't in the picture. Maybe parents passed, maybe they just weren't around, who knows.
Kaliwa mong konti. Iyan.
Sila ang naggabay at nagdisiplina sa akin.
Apo ko nga pala, mag-aaral yan sa Maynila.
Yes po.
Mag-aral kang mabuti, ha? Kain ka sa oras.
Lola talaga.
Mamimiss kita, apo. Pag puro barkada, ha?
Opo, Lola. Ingat ka lagi, ha? Sige po, alis na po ako.
Kahit matanda na sila, sinikap pa rin nilang mapalaki ako ng mabuti. Kung ano man ako ngayon, dahil rin ito sa kanila.
Now you're a grown-ass man, fine as a glass of wine, all because of him. I swear to God, if they give me a sad moment and grandma and grandpa aren't alive, I'm gonna be so upset.
Miss ko na sobra ang lolo't lola ko.
Don't y'all mess with me,
Miss ko
Jollibee.
na silang kasama.
Apo, sa oras na mabasa mo ang sulat na to, wala na kami ng lolo mo. Hindi ka na namin nahintay.
Oh, okay.
Naon na kami sa Jollibee. Gutom
Okay.
na ang lolo mo eh. Sunod ka please.
Y'all, I was about to flip over some fucking tables.
Lolo, la.
Sagot ko na to. Unang sweldo ko po eh.
Yung palabok na may chicken joy pa.
Kaya naman gusto kong ibigay sa kanila ang higit pa sa magagandang na ibigay nila sa akin.
Aw, okay, yay. Y'all don't know how much I thought that that was about to turn around and be another emotional gut punch. I could have sworn that they were about to take me on this sad journey, just like I went on in I forget which one, but the one where the little boy was setting up the dinner for his mom, and then all of a sudden, bam, whips out the iPad, and it's his dad in the hospital. And I was like, y'all can't be doing this to me. Y'all can't be doing this to me. Y'all can't be doing this to me. I thought that's where this was going, because Grandpa and Grandpa, they weren't there. And then, you know, it seemed like the house was, like, people hadn't been in the house for a little while. Like, it could have been misconstrued that way. At least that's how I was misconstruing it. And then, you know, he's just found this letter, and it's like, you know, by the time you read this, we'll be long gone. I'm like, don't tell me that they left the house to him and they are like, I literally just finished saying, like, I feel like they're about to deliver this emotional gut punch. I swear to God, y'all better not kill off Grandma and Grandpa. And then they read the letters, like, you know, we'll be long gone. I was ready to just flip over these tables, be like, you know what? I can't stand this. I can't stand this. Chicken's not supposed to be this damn emotional. But then she's like, yeah, we went to Jollibee. I'm like, okay, y'all rude and disrespectful, but thank you for keeping Grandma and Grandpa alive. And then the rest was just sweetness. So it's very much just a sweet commercial about being thankful to your grandparents, who, in a sense, were kind of like almost who pretty much were your parents. Why was that the case? And, you know, why was that his case? I don't know. I don't know where his actual parents were and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. His grandparents were there since he was young, raising him, taking care of him. And, like, it's nice to see that sort of close relationship, and that it was able to, you know, stay that close throughout the years as he got older. Because at first, like, it reminded me a little bit of me and my maternal grandparents. Because as a kid, like, probably up through 3rd, 4th grade, somewhere there, maybe even 5th grade, something like that. Like, me and my siblings, we spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house. Because both my parents were working. Like, yes, we spent time at home and whatnot, but my grandmother was a teacher, my grandfather was a tailor. The majority of us went to school at whatever school my grandmother was teaching, so after we got off of school, we went to their house. And, you know, we spent the afternoon there until my parents got off of work and, you know, took us home and whatnot. Spent a lot of weekends there. Growing up, like, or not growing up, well, yeah, I guess growing up, in the earlier parts, before I was able, you know, old enough to actually go into school, I spent so many days just at work with my grandpa. You know, at his tailor shop, playing with zippers and fabric scraps and whatnot, and just, you know, whatever, watching TV on the old black and white TV that we had back then. You know, like, those are like memories that I have. I spent so much time at my grandparents' house, and, like, I had, you know, such a close relationship with them. And the older I got, the further it just kind of grew apart, in a sense. And yeah, like, part of me kind of misses it. I mean, they've since passed, you know, so not much I can do about it now. But yeah, I definitely, our relationship didn't last quite like theirs did here in the Jollibee commercial, where as we got older and older, we just, you know, kept that strong bond. We kind of ended up growing apart and whatnot. But the earlier parts of the commercial reminded me of the early parts of my childhood. It's just like sweet, fond memories, and I'm glad that he was able to maintain that level of relationship with his grandparents / parents, and just, you know, being thankful and appreciative of everything that they've done and wanting to just, you know, give back to them and treat them to what he's been treated to all these years and whatnot. It's sweet. It's sweet and sweet. Obviously, it was made for Grandparents' Day, so special honorary, you know, way of honoring your grandparents and whatnot. So it's sweet. It's sweet. It is a nice way to close out this video. Thankfully, there were no vicious emotional attacks this round of Jollibee commercials, which I'm thankful for. My feelings have been through enough. So thank you, Jollibee, for giving me a break. And yeah, all in all, good stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this set of reactions. A little bit longer. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you would like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. Love you guys.